your take on crypto.
Yes. So I have no wallet. I own no crypto. I don't know what else there is to say.
Some of your peers are actually expanding quite aggressively in crypto. Is there any FOMO at all?
Well, I mean, like, look, who doesn't have like some regret having not bought Bitcoin back at $1? All right. So, I wish I'd known Apple from when I was a child too, but I don't. So there's always, all I know is that if I could replay history, we would have done much better. In all seriousness, a number of my colleagues are very excited about crypto, and they're excited about it for a litany of legitimate reasons. You'll see Citadel Securities start to make markets in cryptocurrencies. I think in doing so, you'll see another very responsible participant in the market that creates liquidity. I'd like to see thoughtful regulation. I'd like to see the SEC really carve out their view on what is a security, what isn't a security. The market, I think, after all these years, deserves certainty in that dimension. Well, I'd love to see Gary Gensler pivot from talking about regulating cryptocurrency to actually giving regulatory clarity. I mean, from my perspective, that has been the giant regulatory failure of the last 2 years. And we still don't have regulatory clarity around crypto. So number one is the SEC has got to address this issue. And whether it's them on their own or in partnership with the CFTC, the markets need more clarity in crypto. And with more clarity in crypto, you're going to see more of the tier 1 firms able to provide liquidity, able to provide research, able to help enhance price discovery. That will help the market mature into whatever it's going to become. But you want your tier 1 firms to help make that maturation process happen.
Hey everybody, it's Eri from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and you heard Mr. Griffin that Gensler has made a giant regulatory failure, the biggest one in 2 years. This is really epic, an epic statement coming from the billionaire, also the CEO and founder of Citadel Securities. He has 39 billion in assets under management. It's also very significant that Citadel is going to enter into this space. Why? Well, they're going to enhance liquidity. This allows cryptocurrency to grow and flourish to a market size that will equate to multi-trillions in size. It's going to have a positive effect on everybody's price. At the time of this recording, the market is moving ever so slightly up. Bitcoin trading at 30,260. Ethereum, yes, is over 2,000. There are some gainers that are significant in the top 50 by market cap. We have Axie Infinity up 8%, Monero up 9%, and then you have Avalanche, Chain, Clayton, Aave, all trading around 6 to 7% up over the last 24 hours. Yeah, it's kind of one of those markets, though, that is just slightly going up and slightly going down. And I think we're going to see this sideways action for a while. Now, I can't believe that Deaton's Connect to Congress, it really does work. I'm going to show you that. There's also an update from Vitalik Buterin. I really want you to hear it because it affects all of us in this space, and a special fluff for you. So let's get right to it. Before we dive into the communication that I received from a representative of Congress, I just can't believe the price of gas in the United States. This is a shot that was taken from La Cienega, that's in LA. It's $7.29 for regular. This is unbelievable. I don't know how everybody is going to do it. This is obviously having an effect on so many personal budgets. I just have a lot of empathy for those people who are in a position where they have to use their car on a regular basis. I have used Attorney John Deaton's Connect to Congress on many occasions. I think at least 4 occasions I've used it. And never did I receive anything but kind of a boilerplate response that just was, an automated return email that says blah, 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 blah. This is the first time I received a reply back from a member of Congress that has anything really to do with something that I requested them to look into. And this is how the letter goes. It has my name at the top and then says, thank you for contacting me about the allegations of a potential conflict of interest for a former official of the SEC. I appreciate your thoughts on this issue and welcome the opportunity to respond. The allegations assert that William Hinman, former director of the Division of Corporate Finance at the SEC, made speeches to the benefit of a cryptocurrency while receiving monetary compensation from an organization with an interest in the same cryptocurrency. A nonprofit called Empower Oversight has asked the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia to compel SEC to provide more information on the matter by responding to inquiries that allegedly must be answered according to federal law. So that paragraph is basically just restating, I think to be clear, his understanding of what the issue is. And it goes on to say, it is abhorrent that government officials would use the power entrusted to them by the people to enrich themselves and others. Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Now, I don't know why he put Hillary in there. That's got to be his own personal beef. I had nothing to say about Hillary. She's totally outside the scope of why I contacted him. As a matter of fact, I used the template that is provided on the Connect to Congress. So this is his deal, not mine. All right, so used their official positions to trade their influence for money. This is beyond wrong. If this official used illegal means for his own personal benefit, then I encourage swift prosecution. However, in our country, innocence is assumed, and this man deserves a fair investigation. Yeah, he sure does. Like any other American would. Yep, I totally agree, and I think everybody agrees with that statement. And then it closes with the final paragraph. Once again, I appreciate your thoughts and concerns in an honor to serve you or serve as your United States Congressman. Your suggestions are always welcome, and if ever I may be of assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. To receive the latest legislative updates and news, you can sign up for my e-newsletter by visiting my website at blah, 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 blah. Sincerely, Paul Gensler. Yeah, well, it's, you don't, when you use this template on the Connect to Congress, it automatically connects you based on what state you say you are a registered voter in. And even though I live in Japan, I've lived in Japan for more than 20 years, I'm still an American citizen and I still vote. I vote by mail. I encourage you to use that form and send your representatives of Congress the same template. And you can find that by going to Crypto Law. It is at Crypto Law US on Twitter. You click on this link here, and it will take you to the website. And you can see that there are two buttons. There is this one up here in kind of a crimson color that says Connect to Congress. That would be anybody who is a US citizen. And if you are outside the United States, then International Connect to Congress works as well. I say keep the communication going. Before we jump to the fluff, I want you to listen to Vitalik Buterin where he gives an update on the merge. This is where Ethereum is going to be taken from proof of work to proof of stake. I think the merge is still in a very kind of iffy status. Have a listen.
The biggest news in Ethereum this year, I think, is the merge. So the merge is the switch from proof of work to proof of stake. We have been working on switching to proof of stake for, almost since the Ethereum project began, and
we've been working on proof of stake for about 7 years now, but finally all of that work is coming together. If everything goes well, with then the likely plan is for the merge to happen in the summer. So I know Justin a few days ago suggested that August is a possible date for the merge to happen. If there are no problems, then the merge will happen in August. But of course, there's always a risk of problems. There's also a risk of delays. And so September is possible, and October is maybe possible as well. But the merge is at this point looking like it's very close to happening. So Ethereum will finally become a proof of stake network.
I do hope, for the sake of the entire cryptocurrency space, that it is a successful transition, but it sounds like it still could be a little bit delayed. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. This is a picture that I saw on Twitter today, and it is in Tokyo. Yep, very, very uncommon to see the beast, as the president's car is called, sitting in front of the Akasaka Palace. But what I was so happy is I thought, oh, great, now this gives me an opportunity to talk about the palace. So let's do that. And it was originally built for the Crown Prince in 1909. In 2016, they opened it up to the public, and you can actually take tours. There is some guided tours. It's very inexpensive, like around $10 for an adult, $3.50 for students. You need to do it by reservation. There's an application process, but it's just a matter of getting in a queue. There is a main building. There's a garden. They do 10 tours daily. It's really spectacular. It's in this neo-Baroque style, and it's now serving as a guest house for diplomats, monarchs, and presidents from around the world. Has a total floor space of something like 15,000 square meters. The site itself is 120,000 square meters. After the war, the ownership transferred to the government, and it went through a big remodel in 1968. But today it's just absolutely lovely. One of the few national treasures that are part of a building that are in Tokyo. Now, there's a lot when you get into the areas of like Kyoto, but the war was very tough on Tokyo, and there's just not a lot of architecture that is dating from this time that's still around. So it is really special, and it's one of those places that you can visit. Just be sure you apply for that application prior. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.